Hey yo, it's 5 rounds, 5 topics a season. Home of the most controversial opinions. Dropping each round on a Friday. If you're about the top trends, then it's our way. So make sure you subscribe. Believe it or not, the vibe is out here. Whereby the peeps can talk with no fear. Hey, what's the name of the podcast right here? What's happening? This the vibe right here. Pandies be the tribe right here. We about to go live right here. If you're talking about the rounds, then it's 5 right here. What's happening? This the vibe right here. Pandies be the tribe right here. We about to go live right here. If you're talking about the rounds, then it's 5 right here. Hey, yo, hit the like button. You know I'll be checking.
Yo, what's going on, people? Hold on a sec. What's going on, people? Welcome to 5 Rounds. This is One Tally. You know what I mean? It's you're riding with me today. Imagine, so RB says, imagine my surprise. The live notification at 7 p.m. on the dot. I told you, it's not a me problem. You know, I think we have to clarify this. It's not a One Tally problem. You know, it's a everybody else problem. They don't show up on time. Anyway, this is not what I intended to do initially. You know what I'm saying? Before I replied to your messages, it's not what I intended to do initially. You will be happy to know that this is alcoholic, people. This is alcoholic. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So excuse me while I pour myself one. You know what I'm saying? Gunjan is saying results. You relax yourself, mate. You relax yourself. You know, the for those who want to know, it's Sant Rami. You know what I mean? Sant. That's how you pronounce it, right? Sant Rami French brandy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I found this little bad boy the other week. Very nice, very nice. So we're gonna pour this. So why am I gonna pour one? Well, my birthday is around the corner, so very soon, in a few days, I will get a year older. You know, as you get older, you don't discuss what year and all these things. These are working hours, sir. Drinking your own time. Oh, please relax yourselves. Gunjan says, don't worry, it's not going to get chaotic. It's just going to be one drink. That's it. One drink, and that is it. Brandy, why not whiskey? I wanted to switch it up. I don't really drink whiskey, Gunjan. I drink, and also before I start drinking, please drink responsibly. And also, you know, if you're under the age of 21 in the United States, you're not allowed to drink. If you're under the age of 18, everywhere else, I believe you are not allowed to drink. So please, and for all the adults that will be partaking in drinking, to drink responsibly. Abby says, what happened? What happened to I'm not drinking until my birthday? My birthday's come. My birthday has come. You know, my birthday has come. Yeah. Anyway, because it's my birthday, and I think it was RJ's birthday last week. Happy birthday to me, you know, and everybody else, all the May babies. I think one of my homeboys as well is his birthday today. So here we go.
Oh, shorty, it's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. We gonna sit on party like it's your birthday. Oh, come on, let's go, shorty.
Right. Let's get to business. Now that the pleasantries are out of the way, right? Happy birthday, RB. It's not RB's birthday. Happy birthday, RB. You guys, huh? What's wrong with you guys? Huh?
Girl, no. Girl, no.
Unbelievable. Yeah, guys, if you like culture vibes, laughter with a hint of drama, then you're on the right channel. We are on 1,708 subscribers. And you heard that right. 1,708 subscribers.
Hell, it's about time.
Guys, thank you very much, for bringing up the subscribers. I think after the Malinga video, we gained quite a good number. So yeah, we're probably going to do more. We're probably going to do more. We're going to do more interviews as well. And Gunjan, I didn't say RB, I said RJ. You know, RJ. All right. Jeez. I have to give you context, right? You know, maybe some people don't really want to get down to the pleasantries. You know, we've been away for a bit, so I thought I'd just get through the preliminaries, the meeting notes, and all that. You know, as you can tell, Ovi's not here. He said he might be here, but guys, you know Ovi well, you know. Happy birthday, one time, the thief of quizzes. Anyway, let's talk about the competition. Haters, man. Why are you always hating? Is there a hater thing? There's got to be a hater thing somewhere out there. Probably got a
So, do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Right. So Gunjan asked about the competition, the Timberland competition. I really need to do a video on this. So guys, the Timberland competition, we are at the group finals now. So there are a few more rounds. So after the group finals is the quarterfinals, then the semifinals, then the finals. So we're in the group finals. I'm third in the group. I need to be second, guys, because it's 3 out of 5 and only 2 are going to get selected. So I need to be in that top 2, guys. You know what I'm saying? So if you need to create more accounts, create more accounts. So who cares? Tell your friends, Gunjan, friends, family, all of them. Make up with your friends and tell them to vote for me. Okay. The link is in my bio on my Instagram. Make sure you scroll to the bottom. It's free to vote. I know some people were saying, oh, is it paid votes? No. It's free to vote. It's also for charity, by the way. But obviously, for me, the dream is to work with Timberland. So here we go. You didn't find a bucket to drink out of? What? You didn't find a bucket to drink out of. What's it? The 1 liter glass. I'm taking it easy. I have a show to do. Right. Let's get into the crux of it now. You know, I think I've covered everything that needs to be covered, and let's get into the crux of it because you know people are impatient. In fact, this topic really is gonna it sort of applies to things like this, you know. So is modern culture authentic? And losing authenticity, you know, is not is it authentic? Obviously, probably has its authenticity, but is it losing it? Because in this day and age, right, we're even now, people don't want to watch a video longer than a minute, you know. So the TikToks, the Instagrams, they tell you don't want to watch a video longer than a minute. Is that enough time for somebody to show you something creative? You know, is that squeezing this? Is it just you want to see people dance, for example? You want to see people do the same dances. You want to see people make the same type of songs and, you know, just repetitive stuff. You know, we've also seen movies like Barbie come out, you know, which is pretty much a remake. You know, the superhero movies, hence the thumbnail. You know, let me explain the thumbnail. I think it's sometimes you guys might look at these. You might look at these things and think, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? Let's have a look here. Right. So you see here, right? Is modern culture losing authenticity? So if you can see on the left hand, is it the left hand side, the right hand side or left hand side of the screen, it's an AI picture, yeah, an AI drawing, right? Then you got Captain America, the new one, Brave New World. Then you got letters on the side. Then you got a vinyl record player there. Do you know what I mean? So all symbolizing modern. So if on one side you got the modern world, so modern art, which is AI. You got obviously the modern superhero. Then you got the the old way of sending a message, which was sending a letter, and you got the vinyl there, which is I think a classic way of listening to music. You know, for those people that are Gen Zs, you might not know what a vinyl looks like, but who knows? Anyway, let's start there, right? Let's start from the beginning. Is everything a remix now? Is everything just about, let me take, for example, Doechii. Is it Doechii? Yes, Doechii. So Doechii, right, has released a song called Anxiety, right? But that song sounds, it sounds to its counterpart. I think it's been sampled 3 times. If you saw that meme, the anxiety meme about the person that showed their parent to say, hey, look at this anxiety song, and then they said, no, I know that song, it's from this age, and then the grandfather also said, I know that song is from this age. Are we in the era of just taking something original and just repurposing it over and over again? Is this the era? Is this the era that we are in? Yeah. So I see you guys in the comments. What the hell are you talking about? Is this the era you are in? Let me put this up. 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 What's street credits? Is everything a remix now? You know, let me find this Dochi video because this Dochi video here. Well, not the video of the song, but the anxiety meme. Yeah, anxiety. Dochi. You know, the industry has run out of content, but have they run out of content, or is it just easier to just repurpose it? You know, are you telling me that what's the difference between, you know, back in the day, say in the 90s, when, you know, you'd hear a new song or a different song, you know? I'm not saying that they didn't sample old music in the 90s, they did, but it's pretty obvious in this day. And it's almost as if people are taking the same song and just going, I'm going to refresh it or make it newer. And you can tell what you know what the song sounds like. You know what I mean? But back in the day, you couldn't tell. You'd be like, hey, they sampled who? They did what? You know, they'll take an idea, but then they'll flip it and also make it authentic. You know, I'm not saying that you can't copy to be authentic. You can take inspiration from something. But when I heard the Dochi Anxiety song, I've heard that song before. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. So, but they have money, so they run it retro. I guess so. Yeah, if we're 100, I'm a bit tired of all the remixes and the movie remakes. Yawn. Yeah, the remixes and movie remakes have been like, for example, that Captain America one, right? When I saw, okay, well, I forgot what the guy's name is. This guy, he was finished in 8 Mile, finished. So I don't know why they decided, yeah, let the sidekick be Captain America. To be honest with you, he was good in the series, but the movie, I'm not hearing good things about the movie. I really not. I really am not. So, yeah, not good at, you know, I personally, for those who have watched it, maybe you think it's nice, but you know, things like that. I haven't seen a movie that's come out lately that is original. I was talking about The Matrix, for example. Even movies now, John Wick, are still using things that were done in The Matrix, you know, because The Matrix was seen as something new, something revolutionary, and all that stuff. And you know, the John Wicks of today, these new movies are still using the Matrix effect, the what, you know, no authenticity. I want Gen Zs, you know, the Gen Zs, can you come to the forefront here, you know? Or is, you know, where's the innovation? Where is the innovation? Yeah. Wantali, watch Alpha. Is Alpha. Okay. I'll watch Alpha then. I will watch Alpha. Don't you worry about it. You know my taste, Gunjan. How do you know my taste? Pause. Pause. Man, you thought whiskey was good, and I'm here drinking brandy. Actually, French brandy. Yeah. Oh man, it's nice. Because normal whiskey, normal brandy, I don't think I can drink it. But French brandy, that stuff is all right. Where is my water? Okay, keep that close. Fairs, but that Matrix is a whole culture. Same as the vampire movies. Obviously, it will be around the same ideas. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. The Matrix was made in the 90s. Yeah, in the 90s it came out. It didn't sound good at all. It didn't sound good.
Oh my God!
The Matrix was made in the 90s. Now, that doesn't sound good. Yeah. I got it. The Matrix was made in the 90s. It brought the, what do you call it? What did they call it? Something time. They called it something. Flash time? Was it called flash time? Something like that. And that's been put in so many things. Even the Flash, you know, you've seen it, you know, like the whole slow-mo stuff. Iconic. It created something authentic, and then obviously people repurposed it. Where have you seen a movie that's done that? Yeah, recently, a movie that's done that recently, and you've gone, you know what? This is authentic. This is real. Most of this stuff is just taking inspiration from something else. Social media is social media. Yeah, diluting culture, right? Um, you asked me, what do you mean? You know, um, are people just creating to hit an algorithm, or are they actually creating stuff? You know, so you see a lot of people. So there are a lot of people out there. If we took the content creators today, the people that call themselves content creators, me included, right? Can they create something from scratch, or are they waiting for the biggest thing to some buzz thing to happen and react to that, or is there authenticity in that as well? Can people actually create something on social media, or are we just repurposing? Are we just reacting? It's the same thing as the movies. Are you just looking at something and going, yeah, I'll take that, and you know, because weighing it up, obviously the pros is a lot of people now have direct exposure to people to their fans, or people that might like their content. You have direct exposure, and it's short clips. So, there's a chance that people will see your content, isn't it? But content farming is real, guys. There are people out there who say outrageous things. Like they'll just say, for example, they'll just say whiskey is the devil's drink. I know Gunjan's gonna go, you know, but that's it. Literally getting people like you to just react because, yeah, they're not even telling the truth. So I don't think social media is diluting it, more like diversifying it. Okay, expand on that. Uh, I have money that is in the main point. So the ages of steam engine invention are gone. Plus, it feels like out of order. It feels out of order. Okay. I mean, if we go back to maybe the beginning of social media, where people actually creating stuff, or were they just filming stuff? So maybe it's even we're putting too much of a demand on social media. But now social media has become a media. It's become a source of something. We sort of wish. I'm not saying we're shying away from TV, but it's there as a source of entertainment. So if it's a source of entertainment, you also expect a level of creativity, a level of authenticity. I think a lot of people, even now, will follow people based on who they are and whatnot. But yeah, um, RB says yes, but also bear in mind connectivity itself, not just the idea of social media for content creation. When I was growing up, I'd see family members overseas only once a year if they visited. Yeah, okay. I'm not. I'm not arguing that part. The fact that you stay connected with your relatives, but I'm saying, is it diluting culture? You know, because today I can go and research about China, right, and go and buy some stuff from Chinese culture and give you my understanding of Chinese culture. But does that mean that the understanding I've given you is authentic? You know what I mean? Does that mean I'm diluting it? Because if there's no ownership of that culture online, if nobody's saying we as the originators of the culture decide what's authentic or not, doesn't it give an opportunity for me, you, anybody to go on social media and say, hey, I'm gonna show you what China looks like? You know, availability with social media, you get the news in seconds, whereas beforehand you'd have to read it in the paper. And yes, I get that, but I'm talking about authenticity. And then you've made a good point here. When you get information on social media, yeah, how many times do you have to verify just the source itself? Like, is this the truth? Is it coming from the right person? Can I trust where the information is coming? Whereas you'd pick up one newspaper, just one, and you will believe that story, even though they're lying to you. But that journalist also goes through some trouble to research. Maybe they might add a little bit to it, but that journalist will go through will research, will make sure that there's a bit of truth to whatever narrative they have, if that makes sense, right? But then today you can pick up the phone and just say, this guy. A good example is, if you guys are following this Ibrahim Traore, interim president of Burkina Faso. Like, if you go and look him up, everything that's coming up is YouTube media. So I'm sure there are credible journalists reporting on this, but it's YouTube media, and YouTube media is not factual. So you have to dig a little bit deeper, right? Does that also not, you know, how can you prove it's authentic, basically, you know? No, it's not diluting. So Gunja says, no, it's not diluting. You can take information about any country. That is the main benefit. Okay, but who, Gunjan, who authenticates this information? Who's going to say this information is correct? I know that places like X, there's community notes, you know, which is kind of cool because if you write something on X, yeah, or Twitter, and it's not factual, within a day there will be notes below it to say this is not true. The real information is this. So somebody actually researches it and puts the real notes there. Whoever that is, that guy needs to be, yeah, needs a raise because the person sets the record straight, if that makes sense, you know? Because you live in one place, after evening dinner, it feels the same in reality. I agree, but where availability comes in handy, instead of leaving my house to buy the newspaper, I can just go on my phone. Yes, I'm not arguing that at all, but there have been times where we've been misinformed, you know. So for example, the 5G thing, somebody picked up their phone and said, I saw a bird drop near a 5G mast. You know, in one of my previous jobs, there was a woman who came in and said, you guys are contributing to COVID or whatever because of the 5G mask. She looked at me with a straight face, and I said, lady, I'm just here to do my job. You know what I'm saying? And she was here going, nah, I'm going to take down the masks and whatnot. I'm like, RB says, but then all social media companies have content moderation. Yes, they do, but they're used for different things. So, for example, if today I take Dr. Dre's song and repurpose it, social media is going to take it down because it will say, even on Instagram, TikTok, it will say this sounds like this song, and the owners will probably come after me and say, hey, take it down, right? But I'm saying I could write something today. I could say Gunjan is married to 10 wives. Okay, I could say that. um who's going to authenticate it on social media? This is what I'm trying to say. I'm not talking about the music side. We know music law and other things. Yeah, like on X, you've got that. I don't know about the other platforms, but on X you've got that. Facebook you used to, I don't know about now. They said they might be a little bit more flexible, isn't it? But then again, social media. No, wait. Gunjan says, when you said when David Cameron came into power, he raised the fees 2-3 times. I can take that information, but I live in India, so after evening dinner, it's not my reality. There's a real thing going on right now. I saw this video of a guy, man, from Sri Lanka, and the person that was looking after him went back to Sri Lanka, and he also died in Sri Lanka. So then this guy's now homeless. It's crazy that when I saw that, I could resonate with what this person was saying. He was crying, but on one side, that some people are like, "Why did you come here in the first place?" It's not even about that. The person is now here in a situation where they're homeless and they're sat somewhere, yeah, in like it's not even a homeless shelter. Sat somewhere crying, and they're like, if I leave this place where I am now, somebody will come and sleep here, and that's it. I've lost my home, And these two ambulance people were trying to help the person. I think it's on a BBC documentary. I'm gonna watch it, but it's crazy that even today that's happening. RB says yes, but where the logic comes in? But that's where the logic comes in, because you got the globe printed all over the world, and here comes Drew saying the earth is flat. Hey. Drew said something on this channel, yeah? And this is where, Drew said something. He said Africa, and a lot of people have started talking about this. He said Africa, the continent of Africa from east to west, yeah, is bigger than Russia. Like for Russia from east to west, that long bit over is bigger than Russia, But obviously the map does not represent that. We've been taught that Russia is bigger than that part of Africa. So again, yeah, some authenticity has been lost here, but I'm thinking right now people are getting lazier and lazier. Like in this culture, can you tell me something in the last 10 years? Okay, the last 10 years that is authentic, that is of this generation. Tell me about that. Don't even say AI. AI has been here for years. Basically, Gunjan is telling us not to give a. No, I understand. Yeah. Okay, cool. Gunjan, you're talking sense today. What's going on? I'm shocked. You don't understand. Even your body expel it out. Like your background and surroundings does not support that. Okay, we've lost you, Gunjan. We've lost you on that one. You know, you go live and then someone's at your door. You know what I'm saying? That's insane. Hold on a sec. Let me. Yeah, all right. Someone's at my door. I'll be right back. I will be right back. Should I play some music? Maybe I should play some music or something in it. Just chat amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. I'm back. Where were we? I need to close the door. Look who's coming through the door. Look. They can't see you, man. It's too dark.
I know.
Say hello.
Hello, people. What's up?
What a rude host.
Eh?
They said I'm rude. Not a good girl. What the hell? What are you guys saying? Indian origins. My classes are based in the UK. Reading. Really? Okay. Well, activism.
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
Is recent, especially climate change. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Activism is recent. But activism has been around for years, man. Come on. There wouldn't be change without activism. Man United wins one game. Here comes Moses in a full kit. Why are you such a hater? Activism has been around for years. Come on now. RB. Let me tell you something. You know, Americans, for example, what's that movement? They would sit at the back of the bus because they weren't allowed on buses, so they'd get in and sit at the back. That was activism. Martin Luther King, doing the civil rights movements, that's activism. That's why I'm saying that you got to be careful when we listen to Dochi's Anxiety and go, that's the best song I've ever heard, without crediting who actually created that. Because if it was me behind that and you're telling me Dochi's song is the best you've ever heard, when that's been about for years, it's dangerous. This is why we're here having this conversation that I should have known Moses would be around if alcohol was involved. Relax yourself, drink responsibly. Made in Malawi out on all platforms. Guys, like I was saying, activism has been around for years. Just because we put a name on it in recent decades doesn't mean it ain't been there. Climate change, you said. Did climate change become an issue? Did climate change become an issue in the last 10 years? Time for AI. Did climate change? I don't drink alcohol. What a lie. Change become a thing in 2020 in the last 10 years. Yeah, this is the question here. Climate change did not suddenly become a thing in the last 10 years specifically. The 19th century greenhouse effect was first proposed in 1824 by Joseph Fourier. In 1856, So yeah, no, it wasn't Greta, unfortunately, RB. It wasn't Greta. So let's try again with that one. Let's try again. Let's try again. I'm telling you, man, this authenticity thing, we just sit here thinking we know it didn't become an issue in the last 10 years, but they became an issue lately. Okay, so yeah, it was more prominent. Them glue lovers been irritating me. Wow. It was more 90%. Activism is supported by religion, politics, and philosophy. Okay. I don't know, good John. I don't know about that one. Okay, I'll move it. I'll move it along a little bit. I will move it along. I didn't lie. I haven't touched alcohol in months. Congratulations to you. So here you were, making fun of me, telling me off when I was drinking my non-alcoholic champagne. Yeah, my very nice non-alcoholic champagne. Now I bring up the real deal. Where's the percentage? 40%. Huh? And here you are. I haven't had alcohol in months.
Girl, no.
That's not the right one. This one.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Is it that the old generation, because you normally get this a lot when Drew is even on the show, he tells you back in the day or old generation was better, things that were going on were better. Is it that maybe the old timers, maybe including me because I'm going to be older, we hang on to things back in the day and treat them as authentic when they also were regenerated? Is it just the old generations hating on the new generation? You know what I mean? This is another question, because when I was thinking about this, I was like, are we just hating that we're losing authenticity? Maybe authenticity is not the most important thing in the world, because if you look at history, right, history is not about who wrote the truth. It's about who wrote it first, like who you heard it from first. So not everything you hear about history is entirely accurate. There are a lot of things that have been said about a war, but these people were probably not even there too. They've passed this information on, but then we treat it as authentic. You are old already. Don't play yourself. Your drink is running low, and we haven't even touched half the show. We have, actually. Yes, because you were embarrassing with your sparkling grape juice. Hey, that was that was bougie juice. Bougie juice. Hey, but that was nice though. I'll drink it twice over. I used to hate the taste of champagne, really did. But I realized I wasn't having the right champagne. I was probably having, broke people champagne. You know what? Violation. I'm not saying that. I was just having low. I think I was having low quality champagne, because good champagne is actually nice. But I had Bel Air. Actually, I had Bel Air. And is that sparkling wine? Or is that champagne? I had Bel Air. I didn't like it. Anyway, we're digressing. If you want to like a realistic life, then base it on the give and take of money, services, and goods. Yeah, something that's remained the same for years. So yeah, is it the fact that the old heads are hating on the youngins? Because young people have done some incredible things. Oh, should I say the Gen Zs have also done incredible things. Even the scope of everything is changing now. When hiring a Gen Z is not the same as hiring somebody who I think we're called, what am I called? Am I a Gen Z? No, I'm not a Gen Z. What am I? A Gen X or something. What are we? You didn't like Louis either, which is embarrassing. Louis. Okay. I'm not big on champagne. Gen Y. I'm a Gen Y. No, I don't think I'm Gen Y. There's Gen Z and there's what? Millennial. I'm a millennial. That's it. So something wrong with your taste buds. Sorry. No. Are we talking about Gen? So I think it's more of a millennials versus Gen Z sort of situation, because Gen Zs have, like, listen, to be creative in 1 minute, it's a talent, you know. I remember Rick Ross said, I have to give you a message in 16 bars. Yeah, so that's approximately 40 something seconds. I have to give you a message in a song in one verse, 40 something seconds. That's creativity. So the fact that young people can pick up a phone and give you a message in 1 minute, yeah, that is still creativity. So maybe authentic. Yes, I said that. I said I'm a millennial. Maybe authenticity is not the priority after all. Are we just being haters? Louis Roderer. How do you pronounce that? Louis what? Louis what? So maybe authenticity is not the priority. What do you guys think? Is authenticity the priority in this day and age? Or is it quantity over quality? You know? Are we trying to just catch the algorithm compared to actually releasing things that are authentic? Because people are still thriving. You got people out here who don't write their own songs, you know. I remember in hip hop, now I'm gonna go to music. I remember in music, the first thing you could say about an artist is you don't write your own songs, because that was like it's a personal it's a diss, because a song is a personal representation of you as an artist. But these big artists, they've got 4 or 5 writers, like the Kendrick and Drake beef, which we've been going on about. Drake was saying that it's 20 versus 1. Yeah, he was saying, oh, you know, it's the whole industry against me. But then Kendrick spun it around and said, no, 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 no. The 20 versus 1 is me against you and your writers, you know? So you're trying to say you are not authentic. You have ghostwriters, basically, you know? RB says money is the priority in this day and age. Money has always been the priority. I don't think that's ever changed. It's just that it gets repurposed into so many different things. For example, until COVID, you had to go to work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Come rain, come sunshine. Today, you can do it from home, because what? You can still make money for the company from home. So money was always the priority, but it always got repurposed. It's what's acceptable in society, or what's acceptable by a company, and all these things. Even prostitution has evolved. Look at the OnlyFans girlies. Do you know what? This is controversial. I think it's repurposed it. Money is always the priority, but this is because let's be honest, right? If you want to go on a date with someone, you're gonna have to have money, because you might have to pay for the date, or maybe you split. If you do split, whatever, but you might have to pay for the date. You have to pay for these things. You know, some people want their nails done, and honestly, but it is still a priority. And the whole prostitution thing, I think now it's becoming a bit too blatant. If you want me to come here, send this money or fly me over, this capitalist thing. I'm not here to talk about politics or whatever, but this thing where if you want to date me, or if you know, did you see that woman who said, if you want to date me, we're digressing, I know, but welcome to the digression podcast, or digressing podcast. This woman who said, if you want to date me, I've got 3 kids, you have to earn this much, and then you have to pay for my kids. What? I was sitting there going, who parented this child? You know, but this, like, it is a repurposing. Like, if you want my time, you pay for this. Prostitution is, if you want my time and whatever, you have to pay. You know, to an extent, anyway. Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. To be fair, I got a big up Fatson, you know. Random thing. I got a big up Fatson. I've recently changed my, in case you haven't noticed, I sound different. The quality of my microphone's better. I was talking to Fatson offline, and I was like, I need to change this, need to change that. And he said, yo, try this equipment. And I got it, and I must say, it's lovely. So I'm actually starting to record my new album. You know, I'll tell you the name when it's ready at some point. So again, we digress. But the question is, is it really important? Is authenticity really important? For me, it is. As an artist, I want to be authentic, because I'm giving you me as a person. If I now turn around and say, I'm going to sing like, I don't know, Lil Wayne, will you be interested in my music? You know, this is what I'm like. if I started doing songs and I sounded like Kanye, or I literally went and took a Kanye song and sang it, would you look at me the same way? You know, I'll be, and that's a choice. I'll be says, and that's a wildlife. What? Watch wildlife. Okay, RB, don't run that website. Interesting. Um, but you as an artist should be aware that you're supposed to name everyone contributing to the lyrics. So if you're in a room chatting about Kendrick and one dropped a bar, he'd need to be named. Yeah, but let's talk about Drake. Drake actually has people writing music for him. I mean, look, it is not a foreign thing in the music industry. These artists are busy. They're big entities. And also, they have investors, okay? And investors want to make sure they win every time. They want to make sure they have your ear every single time. There's not a single human being that can do that alone. I mean, unless you're Justin Timberlake and you release an album once every 4 years, which means you can think about it. But you know, you need a team of people that would make sure you have a hit from song one to song whatever, you know. So I'm not saying that I disrespect this whole Drake thing. I don't respect it, blah blah. No, that's not what I'm saying. But in the culture of hip hop, you have to hold your own. It's like throwing a punch. Nobody's throwing it for you, because for Drake, it's 20 other people helping him throw the punch. You understand? So if you're going 1v1 with someone and you're turning around to your 20 coaches and going, hey, help me throw the punch. In hip hop, that is not respected. You know, in any other genre, that's okay. But in hip hop, nah, we don't do that. Yes, 100% connected to the money. Looking forward to listening to that new album in my nursing home in 2070. You just revealed how old you are, to be fair. The conscious does not allow after a certain age. Yeah, I guess so. Not too much on Justin Timberlake. But Justin Timberlake releases hits, man. Like, he releases hits. I recently discovered that Kerry Hilson wrote Icebox. You know, that woman's creative. Hopefully she does some more music, because I'm a big fan of that woman. Kerry Hilson over Beyonce any day. Yeah, controversial. So what? So what?
Oh my God!
In fact, it was Beyonce's fans that sort of got her to take a sabbatical, wasn't it? Yeah, so that was the topic, guys. You know what I mean? That was the topic. It's a lot quicker when, you know, it's just you guys, me, talking to me. It's easier. My age isn't a secret. I'm 30, fine.
Are you telling me the truth?
Yeah, so it's a lot easier, it's a lot quicker. You know. Gunjan. Gunjan! Okay. Yeah, so first, let me conclude the topic, right? So, guys, listen. Personally, I think, look, authenticity is important, but it's not the be all and end all, right? It's not the main thing about culture. Cultures have lived on beyond, even when the authenticity has been diluted, because you, me, everybody else, you represent something, a culture. So it lives within you, and you can carry it on. Is it diluted? I don't think so. Is it? Can it be misrepresented? Yes, it can. Okay, but we can still keep it authentic. Things like this, having these discussions, help things like that get preserved and all that stuff. But you don't have to gatekeep, though. You don't have to gatekeep. We are about the same age, Gunjan. Now, again, you're proposing, aren't you? So yeah, is modern culture losing authenticity? Maybe, but when you lose authenticity, doesn't mean you lose it forever. No. The human brain, humans are capable of making things happen. So I don't think it's the end of being authentic. I really don't. You know, it doesn't really. I don't think there's a measure of, apart from hip hop. I don't think there's a measure for being. I said, it's not my first language. English is not my first language. I said misrepresented. English is not my first language. Yeah, so that's that topic. All right. Chicho word of the week. 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 Let's see. See, I was early today. Hey, wait, stay. I will stay. Don't worry. We can have a chat. We'll have a chat for a couple of minutes. All right. Don't worry. I'm still here. I know that it's been we've been, yeah, brand new excuse. Where are you going? I ain't going nowhere. Don't worry. It's your word of the week. I'm looking for Joe. I have a word in my head, but I forgot what the translation is. All right, no, I'm not going to use that then. It looks like you've missed it. Pause. Think of a word. Modern culture, missing authenticity. I missed the company. Hey man, we ain't going nowhere. All right, let's go. Zeni. Zeni means real in Chichewa. It means real or authentic, basically. So Chichewa word of the week. Chichewa word. I want to say CW word of the week is Zeni. Zeni means real, like authentic, sort of thing. Okay, now let's have a chat. Where the heck's Gunjan? Where's Gunjan going? Are you sure? Because you seem unsure. No. I'm right. I'm sure. Gunjan, you're still here, bro. You're still here because I know it's been a minute. How was your Easter? What did you guys get up to? Do you guys get up to anything fun? Have you guys been keeping tabs on Patrick, by the way? Because obviously Patrick put out a video the other day. He's still here. So Patrick put a video out the other day. Obviously the to just summarize it, it was a hard video, to be honest. He's been advised not to do the bond. Should I give you to some privacy? Relax. He's been advised not to do the what he was consulted to do. So he was consulted, not consulted. His people around him said, "Look, go to Germany, go and meet the specialist, and see what they can do for you," basically. But he's been advised not to because it might cause further issues. And to an extent, they've said, "Look, you can't do much." Thanks, Mr. Music Guy. Yeah. But he's still weighing up his options. I think he's still considering going to Germany. So, yeah. I'd appreciate it if you go to his channel, just put a message up or like his video and stuff like that. Show him some support. So, RB, like I said, the hope we had was that he can go to Germany and get this bone cancer treatment in Germany. But he's been advised not to do it because he's already had chemo twice. And if you've had radiation twice, having it again, because this radiation is stronger, having it again is a risk to his life. So Yeah, and even that treatment was not a guarantee that it would treat the cancer. It was more of a it would prolong it, and give him a long life, basically. So yeah, that video is heartbreaking, to be honest with you, because yeah. So we just need to provide the support. We need to keep providing the support. That's all we need to do. Keep hope alive. In it. Oh, now you've gone quiet. Now the comments have gone quiet. Okay. Yeah, but that Timberland challenge thing, guys, yeah, Gunjan, I know. That Timberland challenge thing, guys, honestly, yeah, keep praying for Patrick. God protect. That Timberland challenge, guys, come on now. You never know what comes out of that, You never know. So please keep voting. Keep telling your family, friends, your friends to vote, and appreciate the love for Patrick, man. You can imagine what the family is going through. So prayers to him for sure, for sure. What's I gonna say? The Timberland thing. Yeah. So keep voting, guys. Then the round ends in 5 days. How much money am I getting if you win? We can discuss offline. Can you buy me a Chanel bag? No. I'll put that money towards music, to be honest with you. I'm gonna sort of prime you guys a little bit. In September, yeah, we're probably gonna take another break in September for a while because I might not be around. I might. We'll see. But yeah, I will let you know as we get closer because I know that if I just tell you suddenly, you'll be like, hey, why? Oh, why? Oh, this. So I'm telling you now so you can get prepared. Right? September, we might have another break. Might. Not offline. I want a promise here. No, it's not happening. Sorry. It's not happening. You're a scammer.
Jesus is Lord.
One too many breaks. There's only been one break this year, and that's Easter. One break there's been. I should probably take a break because it's my birthday, but here I am. Some people are telling you they're working. The fact checker is also unfortunately working, so we don't have a fact checker, so I can say anything I want. Yeah. Who else? What else is going on? Ain't nothing going on, man. I'm recording. You thinking? Yeah, nothing going on. I'm gonna go and drink now. And I have somebody I need to look after. I bet you he's there crying that he hasn't eaten or something. So there you go and make sure that the guest eats, isn't it? Yeah. Gunjan, you have a good weekend. It's bank holiday weekend in the UK, so you guys have a good weekend. I'm definitely going to enjoy myself. Your birthday's... Why are you revealing my birthday? Huh? That doesn't even trouble the Friday live. What if I wanted to leave and go and do something for my birthday starting now? Huh? But I'm here. Hugs and kisses to Moses. You guys enjoy. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Take it easy. Gunjan, thank you for coming through. Thank you guys for coming through. And we hit 1,700, guys. You know what I mean? Road to 2,000 subscribers. So only Gunjan should have a good weekend. RB have a good weekend. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys.